Two armed men face each other across a frontier street. This is the danger the movies taught you to expect. But the gunfight would probably not be the most dangerous part of your day. The water beside you may already be carrying disease. This episode follows a composite traveler through the 1870s and 1880s, combining documented hazards from different parts of the western frontier. The rule is simple: every choice must buy time. A mistake with water, food, weather, or strangers can remove every second chance. You arrive in a town that promises food, shelter, and law. It also concentrates waste, animals, fire, and people into a few wooden blocks. The public, well, looks clear from above. What matters is what may be entering the ground uphill from it. In crowded settlements, contaminated food and water helped spread diarrhea, dysentery, typhoid, and cholera. Clear water was not automatically safe water. Without modern testing, boiling is one of the few choices you can control. It costs fuel, time, and patience, but it lowers the risk. Heat begins stealing water before you leave town. Dry air and sweat make thirst a warning that arrives after the loss has already begun. A rented room solves the weather problem, not the hygiene problem. Bedding may carry lice, fleas, or the remains of the previous guest. The saloon offers a hot meal. The question is how long the meat waited without refrigeration and how clean the kitchen water was. Smell, texture, and temperature become your inspection tools. They are imperfect, but ignoring them is worse. Food stored beside heat, insects, and dust can fail quickly. A busy kitchen may hide the problem until several people become sick. Cheap whiskey may be watered, colored, or poorly made. The greater certainty is that intoxication weakens judgment exactly when judgment keeps you alive. One drink makes the room warmer. Several make strangers harder to read, footsteps less stable, and a loaded revolver easier to mishandle. Most Western violence did not begin as a clean noon duel. It could start over cards, debts, insults, livestock, or simple misunderstanding. Inside a crowded wooden room, the safest response may be leaving before pride turns into crossfire. Fire can spread faster than any sheriff. Dry timber, open flames, stovepipes, and tightly packed buildings leave little room for delay. Delivery is even more vulnerable. Hay, lanterns, oil, and frightened animals share the same roof. A small cut seems harmless until dirt, sweat, and bacteria stay inside it. Before antibiotics, infection can turn a repair job into a crisis. Cleaning the wound immediately is not a cure, but delay is worse. Every hour of swelling, heat, or fever changes the decision. A frontier doctor may have training, experience, and courage. The tools remain limited, sterilization inconsistent, and pain control uncertain. If redness spreads and fever rises, travel becomes dangerous. If you stay, the town may offer no better treatment. Cholera is more sudden. On immigrant routes, polluted water could move the disease from camp to camp and waterhole to waterhole. The body loses fluid rapidly. In an era before the cause was understood, many treatments failed while dehydration did the damage. Dysentery and severe diarrhea are less cinematic than bullets, but they drain strength, water, and the ability to keep moving. Smallpox brings a different choice: distance. A warning on a door may be the only barrier between a traveler and an outbreak. Tuberculosis and pneumonia thrive in crowded rooms, weak bodies, and cold seasons. The danger is cumulative, not sudden. Medicine can help, but it cannot replace sanitation, rest, clean water, and luck. Survival often depends on preventing the illness first. You recover enough to leave town. Now every service disappears behind you. Shelter, a blacksmith, spare parts, and even unreliable medical help. Before the first mile, the horse's feet matter more than your revolver. A loose shoe can end the journey without attacking anyone. Tack fails quietly. A frayed cinch or cracked stirrup leather can throw you far from help. A fall may break a wrist, rib, or leg. Even without a major injury, losing the horse can leave water and distance working against you. Wagons fail one part at a time. A split spoke becomes a broken wheel, and a broken wheel becomes an exposed camp. Repairing it costs daylight. Traveling after dark creates a new set of risks, so speed can be less important than stopping early. Maps show rivers and forts, not every spring, washout, or closed trail. Local knowledge may be the most valuable supply you cannot pack. A wrong turn rarely announces itself. It appears as fewer hoof prints, unfamiliar ground, and the slow realization that the water source is not ahead. By midday, shade is a resource. Resting during the hottest hours can save more water than forcing another mile. The canteen becomes a clock. Each swallow reduces the distance you can survive if the next source is dry. A stagnant pool may be the only water in sight. Drinking immediately solves thirst and creates a second problem you cannot see. Filtering removes debris, not every pathogen. Boiling takes time, and the remaining fuel decides whether you can do it safely. A river crossing looks faster than a detour. Depth, current, and a hidden drop can make that shortcut the most dangerous decision of the week. Testing the ford on foot or horseback may reveal the bottom, but it also places the tester in the current. If the wagon overturns, supplies disappear in seconds. The river does not need to drown you to leave you stranded. Storms change routes faster than maps. A dry wash can become a violent channel far from the rain that caused it. Lightning adds another rule. Avoid isolated high points, tall lone trees, and exposed metal while the storm is overhead. After sunset, desert and high country temperatures can fall sharply. Sweat-soaked clothes become a cold problem. Food also changes on the trail. Heat, moisture, and insects can ruin supplies that looked safe in town. Keeping waste, animals, and cooking water apart is not glamorous. It is one of the strongest defenses available. At night, a rattlesnake may seek warmth beneath canvas, wood, or bedding. Reaching blindly is the mistake. A stick, light, and distance let you inspect before lifting anything. Survival is often a habit performed before fear arrives. Scorpions, spiders, and biting insects rarely look cinematic. They can still turn sleep into pain, swelling, or infection. A mountain lion usually avoids people, but a solitary traveler near cover, livestock, or prey must notice the signs before darkness. Running can trigger pursuit. Facing the animal, appearing larger, and backing away slowly may be safer than turning your back. Wolves are more likely to threaten stock than a healthy armed adult, but a panicked horse can injure you without any bite. Bears follow food. Hanging supplies away from the sleeping area is less dramatic than fighting one and far more effective. The quietest hours test the mind. Every hoof step, snapped twig, or moving shadow competes with exhaustion. Human danger returns with the horse. On the frontier, losing transportation can be more threatening than losing money. A thief does not need to shoot. Distance, thirst, and the weight of your supplies can finish the robbery after the thief is gone. Stagecoaches and freight wagons concentrate valuables, but attacks are brief, confusing, and rarely arranged like a fair fight. Compliance may protect life, but no rule guarantees safety. The best decision depends on distance, cover, numbers, and whether the attackers want property or control. Law exists, but response time is measured in hours or days. A badge cannot be everywhere across hundreds of empty miles. The western frontier was not empty land. It was home to indigenous nations with their own communities, routes, laws, and survival knowledge. Westward expansion brought trespass, military pressure, resource competition, forced removal, and broken treaties. For Native people, survival often meant defending home. Most encounters were not automatic attacks. A traveler who assumes every native rider is an enemy can create the violence he fears. Knowledge can cross that distance. A warning about a flooded ford, a dry spring, or a dangerous route may save both sides from a needless loss. But when settlers, soldiers, or travelers enter restricted land, take resources, or ignore warnings, mistrust can become confrontation. Your safest tool may be restraint. Stop, make intentions visible, avoid sudden movement, and leave ground you do not understand. By the end of the week, cold arrives behind a storm. Wet boots, wind, and exhaustion can remove heat faster than food can replace it. Numb fingers make knots, repairs, and fire starting harder. Hypothermia turns poor judgment into part of the injury. Shelter does not need to be comfortable. It needs to block wind, separate you from wet ground, and preserve enough heat for morning. Survival is now arithmetic. Water remaining, miles to shelter, condition of the horse, weather, fever, daylight, and the behavior of strangers. The revolver is still there. It has solved almost none of the problems that brought you this far. You survive because you leave the saloon early, reject bad water, clean the cut, repair before dark, respect boundaries, and refuse unnecessary fights. That is the real Wild West test. Not whether you can win a duel, but whether you can notice the quieter danger before it closes every exit. So, could you survive 1 week in the real Wild West? Or would the thing that kills you arrive before anyone reaches for a gun?